sometimes you can do power.
Modern day, baby. Modern day. Modern day. Pound for pound.
Today I guess.
What?
How would you give the blueprint to Terence to beat Canelo Alvarez?
Just need to do his job, what he's doing well. You know, he's changing his stance, he's moving a lot, you know, he's keeping distance. Like this he could win, of course, not with changing punches with him.
Crawford, how good is Crawford?
Crawford is amazing, not just good, he's amazing. And
he said the same thing about you.
Thank you, Terence. But I think he should be in the book for
really? Is that good?
How to learn boxing, you know?
Really?
He's a very good fighter. Yeah, I like to watch his fights.
Pound for pound number one?
Yeah, probably he is now, because he is undisputed champion in 2 weight classes.
It's crazy.
Dmitry Bivol has not only supported Terence Crawford ahead of his fight with Canelo Alvarez, but he has also joined him in his training camp in preparation for the big September fight. There was a particular aspect of Terence Crawford's boxing that Dmitry Bivol worked heavily on. This aspect was his footwork. While Crawford has one of the most beautiful footworks in the sport. However, Dmitry Bivol is a specialist in this, and the pair did a lot of shadow boxing and sparring. With each other and other athletes, footwork was the major skill he used to not only go 24 rounds against the devastating puncher in our tour bet, but to also end his undefeated record and snatch his undisputed world light heavyweight title, Canelo. Alvarez doesn't do well against fighters that move, as we saw in William Skull, and the fans don't like fighters that run too. So like Bivol did, he gave Canelo Alvarez a balanced movement standing in his face to punch him, then evading punches with. His smooth footworks. He could stop him to give Canelo Alvarez a huge fight. Terence Crawford must move like Dmitry Bivol, not William Skull. For this fight, Dmitry Bivol is one of the only 2 people with the footprint to beat Canelo Alvarez, and he is the latest person to defeat him. Hence, Crawford needs to draw as much knowledge as he can from Dmitry Bivol. When Bivol was asked about what Crawford needed to do right to win, he said, he needs to get used to the power and pressure of 168, because it's different. Big difference, to be honest. It's not only about getting used to the power. It's also about being mentally ready. Because when people are not prepared mentally, they are afraid or scared. You become weak. Your body becomes weak. When something new happens and you weren't ready for it, we all know this feeling. The body melts. It becomes soft. Mentality is very important for this fight. At the same time, we saw how Canelo was fighting against other guys like Charlo, maybe Callum, Smith, and we saw the huge difference. I think it's not because of weight class. It's about the mentality of the opponents.
You're not staying, but what you are doing. And then.
Who do you think has more power out of the 2?
Canelo, of course, he got used to this weight class more than Crawford. He needs to get used to this power, even he's big.
So how does Canelo beat Crawford? Do you think that's a stoppage?
He could beat him, he could stop him.
Bivol became just the 2nd person to beat Alvarez after Floyd Mayweather, who recorded an impressive win in 2013. Crawford will be on the opposite end of size advantages when he takes on the rugged Mexican. However, Bud has already won world titles in 4 weight classes and an undisputed crown in a 5th. could cement his status as an all-time great. He will be the underdog in a rare occurrence for his career, but he believes he has attributes which will make him a tough proposition for his fellow great man. We're going to see come fight time what my advantage is. He said, I'm the type of guy who likes to feel my fighters out and adjust to what they're doing. I think that's my greatest attribute, to be able to figure out every opponent I've faced thus far. I'm looking to do the same. Come fight time, when the Canelo fight happens. People say you're too small.
It happened anyhow, you know, from both of the sides. And Canelo, of course, will try to find some hard punch.
Okay. Well, I'm looking forward to this weekend. I want to get your thoughts on the co-main event between Dubois and Parker. That's obviously a huge title fight for the heavyweight championship of the world.
Or you're outmatched, or you don't belong in the ring with these types of fighters. I'm going to feel great at 168 lbs. I don't need to worry about the weight. I know I'm going to feel great. I've got a lot of things to prepare for. That's part of boxing meeting milestones you've got to hit, with the highly anticipated bout between Canelo Alvarez and Terence Crawford. Just 3 months away, opinions are split. While some back the Mexican superstar, others like Dmitry Bivol are placing their bets on the American challenger, impressed by his size and skill set. Bivol is one of only 2 men to have defeated Canelo, the other being Floyd Mayweather Jr. The Russian fighter won by unanimous decision on May 7, 2022 at the T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas.
What do you make of the fight with Crawford and Canelo that's likely to be announced?
I think Crawford wants this fight a lot. He wants this fight, and I think he will be more active than Canelo's previous opponent, and he has different mentality. He has champion mentality. I think fight will be much more interesting.
What do you make of the weight in that fight, the weight difference?
I think Crawford will not...
That victory not only showcased Bivol's elite technical skills, but also cemented his status as one of the top pound-for-pound fighters in the sport. And after facing Canelo in the ring, Bivol believes Crawford has a legitimate shot at pulling off the upset on September 13th. Light heavyweight champion confessed he was initially skeptical about Crawford's decision to move up 2 weight classes to face Canelo at super middleweight. But after observing his physique and talent, Bivol came away impressed. My first reaction was about Crawford's size.
Oh, great performance tonight.
Oh, I feel great. I win, you know. I come to put a great show, but you know, to put a great show you need both fighters. So, but at the end of the day, win is a win.
Are you frustrated with William's score?
Yeah, a little bit, but.
What did you say to him at the end of the fight?
I say to him, you know.
It was... It's not interesting to see the fight when one person doesn't want to win at all. But it was hard fight for Canelo because he was always aiming, and even the skull didn't throw punches, and it's hard to catch him. You know, he's just moving, but his movement is good, to be honest.
Yeah.
Bivol admitted, "Is it okay for him to move up 2 weight classes or not? Then I saw him. He's big, and he has very good skills. He's one of my favorite boxers." Some analysts argue that at 34, Canelo's best days are behind him. Others believe he still holds the edge over Crawford. If Bivol is right, however, boxing fans could be witnessing only the 3rd loss in the Mexican icon's storied career. The clash between Terence Crawford and Canelo Alvarez, scheduled for September 12th in Las Vegas, promises to be one of the most emblematic clashes of the modern era of boxing. Both arrive as undisputed champions in their respective divisions.